Hello. I am warmly welcoming you to this meditation for healing shame. This was requested by one of our members, Planet C64, who suggested a number of topics for healing meditations, and shame being one of them. So I'd like to address that today. And before we get into the meditation, I would like to just say a few things about shame. And um, one of them is from my studies when I was doing my Christian studies at Regis College, the Jesuit college in Toronto. And I think it was in the class on the Old Testament. And I got so much out of that class. But one of the things that we were taught was about shame. And I'm not sure what period of time this was from, hundreds of years ago, about the meaning of shame. And what really struck me from what I learned in that class, from that period of time, is that there can be a positive element to shame. So, there's that basic experience of shame, that kind of like frozen feeling that, like just where our soul just suddenly gets frozen over. And, we may also, like our face may become red, because it's just so uncomfortable. It's such a horrible feeling, of shame. And there are times when shame can be positive, and this is what I learned from this class, that if we've honestly done something that maybe we didn't understand, maybe we were young and didn't understand, um, that we did something that maybe harmed someone, there can be a feeling of shame. Or also, even better example is, maybe we did something wrong and we knew it was wrong and we did it anyway. Like maybe, stealing money or something like that. And then we get caught and we feel shame. So there can be a positive element to shame. There can be an appropriate element to shame. Sometimes, most of the times not, but sometimes there can be a very appropriate element, that maybe, like, I mean, I've had this experience that, maybe there was just something running in my mind where I knew that it was not in the highest alignment, and yet I was doing it anyway. Um, well, I've said before, that sometimes I have eaten food that was just simply for comfort. And I will say, not recently, but in further past, I ate food that was very unhealthy as comfort food. And then the next morning I would wake up and not feel good. And I would feel ashamed about what I did. I would feel shame for what I'd done to my body. And we can also sometimes do things out of a somewhat unconscious way in relationships where maybe it's not our body, but maybe somebody else got hurt because of something that we did that we knew was not uh, the greatest, and then we feel shame. So I'm saying this because sometimes shame it's very appropriate, and it can also be inspiration for changing something, for up leveling, for becoming a better person. Sometimes shame can be positive, but most of the time it is very not positive, and it's because of how our culture has worked with shame and used shame. Parents using shame with their children. You should be ashamed of yourself. Uh, my mother said that. She would always use my full name. Um, Andrea Michelle Winn, you should be ashamed of yourself. Um, so, um, so my mother has a pretty strong shame base within her background, which of course she learned from her parents. So we can be learning the very unhealthy socialization into shame culture, and we see all these examples, public figures that have been shamed, really unhealthy kinds of shame. And so that is the kind of shame that I would like to offer a meditation today for healing unhealthy, destructive shame. So if you'd like to put your hands one over the other over your heart and take a nice upright posture, you can close your eyes if you would like. And begin by breathing in through your hands into your heart and breathing out of your heart through your hands, coming into a grounded presence in your body, and again breathing into your heart and breathing out of your heart. One more nice, deep, life-affirming breath into your heart. And as you breathe out, letting go of any kind of tension that you may be feeling in your body, just wiggling, letting it go. You can continue breathing normally and inviting you to feel the bottoms of your feet. If you want, you can even, just gently move your feet so that you really feel that connection of the bottoms of your feet with the earth beneath you, and inviting you to see little golden roots growing down through the bottoms of your feet, down into Mother Earth, going very deep. These little roots, these little energetic golden roots, going all the way down to the crystalline core of Mother Earth and lovingly wrapping your roots around that crystalline core. And in this way, you are deeply grounded in loving connection with Mother Earth. And so in this safe environment, we're now going to do our exploration of healing shame. So first inviting you to attune to an experience of shame. So allowing you can just invite bringing up a physical, energetic experience of shame, and you're safe because you're grounded. So think about where it is that you feel shame when you feel it. I feel it in the center of my heart. So just locating that feeling of shame. And now bringing that feeling outside of your body into the space in front of you. Just seeing that energetic mass moving out of your body and into the space in front of you. Just creating a little separation because you are not the shame. This is your experience of shame, but you are not the shame. So putting that energy out in front of you and just notice what it looks like. Like, is it a roiling blob? What color is it? Maybe it's hot pink. Maybe it's a dark, dingy color. Just notice how big it is. And we're doing this with love. I'm feeling a great deal of love in my heart because I know that the roots of this shame deserve compassion. So with love in your heart, just notice these different qualities of the shame entity that's in front of you. Also notice what temperature it is. Is it freezing cold or is it, really hot? So now I want you to allow compassion to well up in your heart for this experience of shame. And remembering those golden roots that are connected with the crystalline core of Mother Earth, and feel her love coming up through your roots, all of that love coming up through your body, filling your heart with a love, a care, a compassion that is much greater than the power of the shame. And now extend this love, this compassion, this understanding to the shame entity. Just hold it with this loving, energetic embrace. Let it feel understood. It's not being pushed away, it is being cared for. And if you feel a little bit of sadness coming up, if you feel like crying, you can cry. Because it is a beautiful thing to bring healing to shame. So again, the shame is outside of you, in front of you, in the space in front of you. And you are beaming this love, love that's coming up from the center of the earth, through you, through your heart, and warming or cooling, helping the shame, letting it know that it deserves to be loved. And whatever experiences you've had, you deserve to be loved. Take a nice deep breath. Now, I want you to notice what is shifting in that little shame entity. What is shifting? Has it grown smaller? Has the color changed? If it was a dark color, is it starting to get a little lighter, a little more peaceful? If it was a blazing pink color, has that started to moderate and become a little more human, a little more human experience rather than the blazing pink? Just notice what's changing: the color, the size, the shape, the temperature, and acknowledge this healing process and that it is actually having an impact. It's having an effect on the shame entity. Now let's call in spiritual forces of healing. Let's call in these powerful spiritual forces of healing, healing angels, Archangel Raphael, healing dragons, Archangel Raphael's dragons. Let's call in all of this healing energy to really give that experience the shame of what it needs so that it can realize it had nothing to be ashamed about. It is pure, naive, and good. You can see all this pain just lifting and releasing from the shame entity. And notice how it's changing. Maybe the shame is starting to become a form that you recognize, like maybe like a soft little baby. See how it is changing and becoming something good, something wholesome because of this healing. See it beginning to smile and its eyes to glitter as it's released from this horrible burden that was never its, didn't belong to it to begin with. But the healing is releasing it of the burden so that it can come into its true nature, something soft, gentle, naive like a baby. Take another nice deep breath in. and allow this transformation to complete in its own timing. And we can celebrate this transformation of shame into the true, beautiful goodness that was always there at the heart. It's just covered with the clouds. But now it is a beautiful energy that we have helped and that would like to help us. It's part of our life now. It can be part of our moving forward, this healed shame, so that we can be more gentle and kind with ourselves and with others, really breaking the cycle of shame because we have authentically healed it here today. Taking a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, we thank and we dismiss all of the healing energies that we called in. Archangel Raphael, his angels of healing, his dragons of healing, allowing them to now depart, and in your own time, bringing your golden roots back up into your body so you can be ordinary human being, enjoying your life. And in your own time, I invite you to open your eyes, come into this space, and celebrate what you have accomplished here. And if it feels right, you can even welcome this little baby into your heart. Return this beautiful goodness into your heart. And with that, we complete this healing meditation on shame. I welcome your comments below. If you found this helpful, if there were parts specifically that you found helpful, would love to hear from you about that. Okay. Bye-bye for now.